Hi guys, so now we're going to be focusing on question 6, right? So what you're given here is your f of x, which is equals to minus x squared minus 6x plus 7. And you're also told that c is your y-intercept, right? There is c, and a and b are your x-intercepts of f, right? And we're also told that this d is just a point on our graph of f, right? So let's check the questions that we are given. So the first question, 6.1, we are asked to solve or calculate rather the coordinates of E, which are the turning points of our graph of f, right? So what you're going to do is this, because we want the coordinates of this E here, right? And our f of x is equals to minus x squared minus 6x plus 7, right? To find the turning point, x is equals to minus b over 2a, right? Equals to minus our b is minus 6 over 2, our a it's minus 1, right? So what you're going to get here is minus 3, right? So your x value of the turning point is equals to minus 3. And to get your y value, you substitute into your original equation. So it's minus into minus 3 squared minus 6 into minus 3 plus 7. So punch this in your calculator, you should get 16. So your turning points of your point E, rather, let me just write it properly. So your turning points for point E are going to be minus 3 and 16. So we're done with 6.1. Now let's do 6.2. So now, just so you know that this is question 6, it's a past paper of June 2022. All the other videos, or should I say all other questions for this past paper, are in the description of this video, so please check them out. And yeah, let's go to question 6.2. We are asked to determine the value of k, right? What is the value of k? It's found in this point of D here, right? So what you're going to do is, we have our equation f of x is equals to minus x squared minus 6x plus 7, right? And we're having a point where x is equals to minus 5. So just substitute that. X is equals to minus 5. X equals to minus 5. Substitute that to find the value of k. So let's say k is equals to minus into minus 5 all squared, right? Minus 6 into minus 5 plus 7. So k is going to be 12, right? So that is the value of k. So you can simply say the coordinate of D is minus 5 and 12. So now we're done with 6.2 of this problem here. So now we're going to do 6.3. So 6.3 reads as follows. So you need to determine the equation of a straight line passing through C and D. So now we know our D, right? From the previous question, we know the coordinate that this k is actually 12, right? And the coordinates of C is 0 and what? This 7 here, right? Which is 7. So we want to determine the straight line that passes through here. So the straight line passes through like this. So this is the point, and this is another point. So it moves like this, right? So it's a decreasing straight line, right? So we want to identify this straight line, the equation of the straight line. So to find the equation of the straight line, what you're going to do is, you are going to say y is equals to mx plus c, right? So first need to find the gradient of the straight line. We have 2 points. We have D, which is minus 5 and 12, and we have C, which is 0 and 7, right? So we're just going to use the gradient first, changing y by changing x, y, so that we can find this m here, the gradient. So it's going to be y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, right? So my y2, simply going to say 12, going to use this as my y2, so minus 7 over minus 5 minus 0, right? So my gradient for this problem here is going to give me minus 1, right? And then I'm going to say y is equals to minus x plus c, and I'm going to use any point 0 and 7, which is this one here, to find the value of c, right? 0 and 7. So I'm just going to substitute that into the equation. So here I'm going to write down 7 equals to minus, and then 0, this is plus c. So c is equals to 7 basically. And then the equation of the straight line is equals to minus x plus 7 is the equation of this straight line. So now we're done with this one here. Let's do the next following question. So I hope you guys can understand. If you are facing any challenges or you don't understand anything here, please let me know in the comments section below. Now we're going to do 6.4. 6.4 says that we have a tangent that is parallel to CD. It touches the graph of F at point P. Determine the coordinates of P. So what are they saying here? They're saying this tangent is parallel to this line here, this straight line, right? And remember about parallel lines. So parallel lines have equal gradient, just so you know. So we are told that this line is parallel to CD, right? It's parallel to CD, and we are required to find the point of P. So what we're going to do is this. We're going to say, okay, fine, we have f of x equals to minus x squared minus 6x plus 7. So we find the derivative here. It's equals to minus 2x minus 6, right? This is the first derivative. And we're told that it's parallel to this straight line, right? So as I said, parallel lines have equal gradients. So meaning the gradient of the straight line was m is equals to minus 1. So it means now this gradient is also minus 1. So it's equals to minus 2x minus 6, right? So let's find the x value for this x of p, right? So we're going to transpose the 6 to the other side with minus 1 plus 6 equals to minus 2x. And then you have minus 5 is equals to minus 2x. X is equals to, actually this is supposed to be, yeah, everything is correct so far. So it's going to be positive. I made a mistake here. It's supposed to be positive 5, right? So we're going to divide by minus 2 both sides, and then we have 5 over minus 2, which basically we are saying x is equals to minus 5 over 2. So this is the x value of p, right? So now we need to identify the y value of p. So we're just going to substitute to the original equation, which is this is the original equation. So where there's x, we put minus 5 over 2 equals to minus 5 over 2 squared minus 6 into minus 5 over 2, right, plus 7. So what I'm getting here is 63 over 4. So the coordinates of P are minus 5 over 2 and 63 over 4, right? So those are the coordinates of P. Anyways, let's continue now and solve another problem. So now we're going to do the next question, which is actually the last question for question 6. We are told that for which values of x, actually we're not told, we're asked, for which values of x will f of x minus 12 be greater than 0? So f of x minus 12 is greater than 0. So you're just going to put in the equation of f of x, right? So it's x minus x squared minus 6x plus 7, and then you put the minus 12 is greater than 0, right? And then you're just going to add these two here, so it's going to be minus x squared minus 6x, right? And then you have your minus 5 is greater than 0. Then you divide by negative all sides, divide by negative 1 all sides, and then you have x squared plus 6x plus 5. Now the sign changes to less than 0, right? Because when you divide a negative on an equality sign, it changes. So now we're going to factorize this. It's less than 0, so it's going to be x, and then the factor is going to be 5 and 1. So it's going to be plus and plus. Your critical values are x being equals to minus 1 or x being equals to minus 5. Remember, this is an inequality sign, so you first need to use your number line, right? So your number line, let's say this is the number line, and let's say this is minus 5 and this is minus 1. So you're going to test values before and after your critical value. These are your critical values, right? Critical values. Before your critical value is minus 6. Between your critical value, let's say it's minus 3. And then after your critical value, let's say it's 2. So you're going to test these values to find the signs, right? To find the signs. And what I got here is a positive here, and I got a negative here, and I got a positive here. So remember, the question says that we want the y values to be negative. they must be less than 0, so meaning that this applies. So you can conclude now and say your x values must lie between your critical value of -5 and -1. So -5 and -1. So this is your final solution for question 6.5. Thank you so much for watching. If you were confused by anything, please let me know in the comment section below. And just so you know that this question 6 has all the questions for the past paper. Remember, this is a June 2022 past paper. So if you need all the questions for this past paper, check the description of this video. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't. Otherwise, see you on the next question.